Real quick, we're going to be talking about a thirsty harlot. A thirsty harlot is an ensnared harlot. A thirsty harlot is an ensnared harlot. All praises to the Most High Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach Bahashem, Ruach HaKadosh, double honors to the apostles and elders out here pushing and preaching the truth, especially those of GMS that have taught us the truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Real quick, we going to the scriptures, and I won't be long, just going to grab some things, right? As the Most High brought things to my attention about women, and it behooves us to pay attention to what the scripture says, okay? And I'm just going to deal with the first four verses, of this chapter in Sirach chapter 9, okay? And if the Most High say the same, we'll grab precepts on the right side as we normally do. But first and foremost, listen to what the scripture said. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. What is this saying? Prophet unto the nation, what is this saying? You have to come to realize that this verse is dealing with order. It's dealing with order. It's dealing with control, and it's dealing with wisdom and how you act, behave, and how you react to a woman. Understand that a lot of you guys, you move in an emotional disposition. You move with suspicion. You move with insecurity. And this has a way of destroying the relationship between you and a woman. It may not do it right then and there, but eventually it causes a breakdown, because when you're emotional, and again, the emotions that I'm dealing with is jealousy, as the scripture said, jealousy right here. The emotions that we are dealing with is insecurity. The emotions that we are dealing with is, just envy and jealousy all together, right? When you moving in this type of motion and what have you, it end up causing a breakdown in a relationship, because women has a way of playing on your weakness, okay? And it end up leading to a bunch of arguments, and end up leading to loss of authority, and sadly and regrettably, with a lot of relationships, right, it end up leading to the woman losing respect for you as men. Now, it's one thing for women to try to tag you as being emotional, or try to tag you as being insecure, in their attempts to gaslight you so that you don't hold them accountable. We're not talking about that type of situation or dynamics. No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about when they try to gaslight you, like I said, because you show them the righteous order, you show them the right way, you show them and give them all of the wherewithal as it relates to being a woman out here in society, and because they refuse to submit themselves to righteous order and want to go on in this Babylonian wicked mindset. No, we're not talking about that. We are talking about when you are insecure because you're not a man, okay? And you're not doing that which is necessary to be a leader. You're not doing that which is necessary to be godly. You're not doing that which is necessary to move in your purpose. And so women often lose a lot of respect for you, because a lot of you guys end up being jealous over the woman that you're dealing with. And she will always use that to get reactions out of you emotionally. And she will play on that weakness to manipulate you. She will play on that weakness to provoke you. She will play on that weakness to control your mood. And this is why the scripture said, teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Okay? A woman, hear me out. She will study your behavior. She will study what make you tick. She will study what set you off. She will study what make you happy. She will study what make you sad. She will study all of it. And I'm here to tell you, if you constantly show weakness through jealousy to a woman, and she learned that, she would begin to use that to press upon you, and that will cause you to lose respect. Are you listening to me? Okay. He goes on to say, listen, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys, you find yourself in this situation. But the scripture plainly tell you, give not your soul unto a woman. Your soul is the seat of your affections. The soul is the seat of your conscience, is the seat of the psychosis of who you are. The scripture said, don't give. This is a commandment. Give not thy soul unto a woman. And too often, a lot of you guys, especially with a harlot, you give your soul unto a woman and you make her your purpose. You give your soul to a woman and you allow her to control your decisions. You give your soul to a woman and you make her your sole mission because you want to be approved. You want to be validated by her when the scripture never set it up to be this way. Too many of you guys, emotionally, you worship your woman, and in validation and approval for her, you worship her, which ultimately cause you to give your soul unto a woman. And a lot of guys walking around here right now, you're weak. You're emasculated, and your woman don't respect you because you give your, listen, yes, it's best to make her mad. It's best to have her upset with you for you being a man, for you doing what the Most High wants you to do instead of you giving your soul unto her, because you lose strength both spiritually and physically. Let me grab a precept on this side. Okay. I'm going to grab a precept. Let's go to Proverbs. Those of you in the truth, you know where we're going. All right, I'm just trying to help you, a lot of you guys. Like the prophet says in Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 15, I sit where y'all sit. And that's why I'm able to help y'all. Listen to what the scripture said. This sound very reminiscent to right here. Give not that soul unto a woman. Listen to what the mother, all right, the words of Lemuel, the prophet that his mother taught him. Listen, verse 3. Hold up, let me bring it back up. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroy king. You see that? Give not thy soul unto a woman. And a lot of you guys, man, you're too busy seeking attention. You're too busy seeking validation. You're too busy wanting to be loved. You're too busy wanting to be in the good graces of a woman. Guys, there's too many women out here. Too many single women. All right. The number is drastic. It's a plethora of women out here for you to be giving your soul unto one woman because you don't want her mad with you. You don't want her upset with you. You fear losing her. You have to have an abundant mindset and also realize this, man. You are the leader. You are the head. Okay? And the scripture teaches that if you don't, that woman don't go as you would have, you got to cut her away from your flesh because she's a detriment to everything that's revolving around you, man. Okay? You shouldn't be so hard pressed that you need a woman. And because of this, you give your soul. You don't do what the scripture said right here. You do the opposite. You give your soul unto a woman. Because you too busy chasing her approval. Listen, when a woman controls a man emotionally, I want y'all to hear me. Give not that soul unto a woman. When she control your emotions, when she control your soul, the center of your attention, watch what it goes on to say. She's able to set her foot upon that substance. Meaning she control your money. She control your time. She control your peace. She control everything about you. And a lot of you guys, you're dealing with these women, they want you to be okay with what they do. They want you to be okay with where they go. They want you to be okay with what they say. They don't want you questioning them, but they turn around questioning you on everything. Want to control everything about you. Want to, be in charge of everything around you. Why? Because you done gave your soul unto her. Guys, you got to wake up, man. You'll be able to do much if you stop giving your soul unto these women. I don't care how good she look. I don't care how fat her ass is. I don't care how good she feels. The scripture said not to do it. And a lot of you right now, you're weak. A lot of you right now, you're in bad shape. A lot of you right now can't do what the Most High wants you to do because this woman is too busy. Look right here on the left side. Too busy trampling upon thy substance. You have no business letting a woman rule you. You have no business letting a woman control you. You have no business letting a woman manipulate you. You have no business allowing a woman to dictate what's going on with you in your life, and you the leader, you the head. You keep falling to the whimsicality and the capriciousness of a woman because you refuse to hear what the scripture said. The scripture says everything that pertains unto life and godliness is right here in this word. Let's go on. I ain't trying to be alone. Meet not. Listen to what the scripture said. Meet not with a harlot. And that's why I tell you, man, a lot of these harlots, man, they are ensnared, man. They are ensnared. Meet not with a harlot. And because these harlots are ensnared, what end up happening is they ensnare you. Because a harlot is ensnared to what? Popularity. A harlot is ensnared to what? Attention. A harlot is ensnared to what? Validation. A harlot is ensnared to want to be known, to want to be the it girl. And because they are ensnared, they eventually ensnare you. But what a lot of these harlots don't realize, when you're dealing with a man that's moving by a different power, you can't ensnare him. Matter of fact, you're on dangerous ground because the Most High will use that man to take your ass out. That's why I tell you guys, you need to get close to the Most High. When you close to the Most High, you can't have no woman having no power over you. You ain't gonna let no woman have no dictates over you. You ain't gonna let no woman have no control over you. Said meet not with a harlot. And this word harlot right here, it's not just talking about prostitution in the sense that we think prostitution. Okay? But it's talking about, a woman that's promiscuous in her behavior. Meet not with a harlot is talking about an attention-seeking woman. Meet not with a harlot is talking about not only a prostituting woman, but it's talking about a woman who tried to manipulate situation and manipulate men with sexual energy, seduction. Meet not with a harlot. Lord have mercy. Lest thou fall into her snares. And I told you the reason why a lot of you guys fall into the snares of these harlots, because a harlot is ensnared to herself. She's ensnared to her whimsicality. She is ensnared to attention and validation. And when you find yourself in this situation, lest thou fall into her snares. Okay? Because a harlot, and like I said, like I often tell y'all, go look at the etymology of the word prostitution, you'll see it mean to expose yourself in the public. It don't mean just exchange sexually for monetary rewards. No, prostitution also means to expose ourselves publicly. And so when you look at a lot of these women, they are harlots at heart because they expose themselves in public in order to get some type of substance. And most of the time, the substance may not come in monetary gains, but it come into their life through attention. It come into their life through validation. And they are ensnared to being attention whores. A lot of these women is ensnared to being attention whores. And when you get with them and you give your soul to them, guess what? The lust that you have for them begin to cloud your judgment, because whether they do it directly or indirectly, these women that get attention and whatnot, they, bring that type of spirit home, and they may try to act like they humble. They may try to act like they on a program with the Most High and what have you. But the reality of the matter is they're not, because their behavior when you're not around, it demonstrates something totally different. Okay? And the Most High will allow you to see this so that you can continue to walk in righteousness. And I would tell y'all, man, when the Most High spoke to Abraham, he said, I got a ram in the bush. And you fellas, this is what you always got to realize. This is what we call the abundant mindset. Don't you know that we are living in the days where Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1 said 7 women going to grab hold of 1 man? Listen, every time I go out, there's always potentialities. I know a lot of women going to say, I got options. Listen, your option is only regulated to somebody want to enter into you, because men realize you ain't nothing but a cum bucket. I know I'm being a little harsh right now, but that's the reality. You look at some of these women, man, they are harlots, man. All of their life, they have been receiving semen from a bunch of different men. No matter how much they try to project themselves to be some type of extravaganza, when it comes to womanhood, man who's walking in the spirit, able to recognize and understand what type of woman that is. You can cover up or something, okay? You can clean a pig, you can clean the swine up, but at the end of the day, that swine, that hog gonna go back to the mud. Okay? You can try to lead a dog, but the scripture said a dog always returns to his vomit. Can a leopard change his spots? You know what the scripture said? No. So a lot of these women, man, unless they have a very, very serious divine change, a divine makeover, which comes by way of regeneration, a lot of these women, they cover themselves up, they put on the front, they walk in their ambassador disposition, but real men that's especially in this truth able to know what type of woman they are at heart. And no matter how much they try to hide it, it always shows up. It always pop back out. I'm trying to help you guys, man. And unfortunately, I want you to hear me out. Unfortunately, I settled this in my heart a long time ago. Okay. That's why I don't really get, messed up with the, get so caught up emotionally or get caught up in, these women and dynamics in relationship with women. I had settled in my heart a long time ago because I know the society we're living in. And I know that the scripture, let me grab it on the right side real quick so you can understand what I'm saying. I know what the scripture says, okay, as it relates to these women. Listen to what the scripture said. The Most High uttered this. You see verse 17 of Amos chapter 7 said, therefore thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city. This city is talking about America. Okay. And like I said, I said it in my heart a long time ago, unless the Most High really move on the situation, you're not going to get a wife until the kingdom. And a lot of you guys, you need to settle this in your heart. You're not going to get a wife for true. I'm talking about wife in the truest sense out the scripture say. You're not going to get it until you're in the kingdom. And because of this, you can't let what a woman do. You can't let how a woman react. You can't let how a woman conduct herself with you or, when you're not around affect you. You can't let it affect you at all. Because a vast majority of these women out here, they are nothing but harlots. That's why the scripture said, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. Me not with a harlot. lest thou fall into her snares. Okay? Watch this. Fall into her snares. You see, the problem is you allow the lust for her to cloud your judgment. You allow the lust for her to cloud your perspective on life. You allow your lust for her to affect your psychosis till you start thinking and believing something different. No, my mind is always on the scriptures. Okay? And the Most High, I thank him for that. He got me to a place, like I said, years, man. I mean, over a decade, ago, man. The Most High got me to the place where I can be dealing with a woman and she'll never know how I truly feel. She'll never. Okay? Never. Because I know how to go on. Because I know where all these scriptures are. You have to get to a point where you don't take them serious. You don't take them serious. I know you got a lot of people out here. You got MS. You got these people out here, the Kevin Samuels, and I have said it before, but I want you to understand this. A lot of women know how to put on in front of you. You can't listen to their words only. No, matter of fact, don't pay attention to their words. You have to pay attention to time. And most importantly, you have to pay attention to the Most High. And the reason why I say time, because we tell you don't pay attention to the word, pay attention to the actions. Their actions, most of the time, you really don't see it, what they're doing when you're not around. A harlot know how to put on when you're around, but they conduct and act themselves a certain way when you're not around. Okay? And you can't ignore the red flags. You can't, be wasting your money. You can't be losing focus. You can't be out here destroying your capacity to be disciplined. Okay? Because these women, man, they are ensnared. They are ensnared to this society. They are ensnared to this Babylonian system. They are harlots that is ensnared to attention and validation. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go on. Watch what it goes on to say. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer. Lest thou be taken with her attempts. And we're living in a society where a vast majority, not all, a vast majority of these women is what the scripture is talking about right here as being a singer. You see, singer represents, for those of you who want understanding, singer represents performers, represent entertainers. And I'm not talking about entertainers just like in the sense of celebrities, your Beyonce's and, your Cardi B's, your Nicki Minaj, what's the other girl name? Popular Rihanna and so forth and so forth. No, it's just not talking about celebrities, entertainers in that sense. But when they say use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, it's talking about women who are entertainers, but entertainers in the aspect who use their image and their attention as currency. I'm trying to help you out. And when you come to the understanding of this, a woman who is an entertainer, or a woman who is a prostitute, in the sense of the etymology of the word as being in the public space, you will have to understand that, I may be being nice. I say 80%, but I know the number is much higher than that, especially in the so-called black community. A vast majority of these women are singers. You don't believe me? Go look at their social media platform. Okay, see, these prophets, when they prophesied, it was multi-layered. It was, literal in that time. It was figuratively. It was also prophetically and spiritually pointing to times outside of the time that they were living in. And when you look at today, you have to attest to the reality that a lot of these women are singers. They are performers in the sense of using their image, using their body, using their thirst for attention as currency. Like I said, go look at Facebook. Go look at TikTok. Go look at Instala. Vast majority of these women, they are singers. They are singers because they are enraptured in the social media culture where attention is the number one currency. They are enraptured in the, atmosphere of clubs and nightlife, and they just image driven, man. They image driven. They are ensnared by the seduction that these demons bring them and want to be so well known, want to be, the it girl, want to be, or should I say, out here chasing clout, this and that. Okay? And so that's why the scriptures say, you not much the company of a woman that is a singer. You see what it say? You not much. Let you know, when you reach this type of woman, she really ain't good for nothing but. I know a lot of you get mad at me, but I'm just telling you the truth. This type of woman, and the vast majority of these women in this society move and conduct themselves, as this scripture says, as a singer. Because they are driven seductively by their image. They are driven by the nightlife. They are driven by the social media attention culture. Like I said earlier in this video, they are attention whores. Attention whores. Okay? And this danger is just not, physically only, but it's also spiritually and psychologically. In this environment that these women be in, and when I'm talking about environment, I'm talking about the headspace. The headspace. Because it's in your head before you even in the actual environment physically. These women cannot leave the house, right, and still be moving in the spirit of a singer, because social media is at the click of a finger. And these women that are engulfed into this environment, they are weak when it comes to discipline. They are stimulated by the lust that comes from social media. They are drained. The average woman that's a attention whore. I'm about to give y'all some understanding. The Most High is speaking to my mind and my heart. And if you pay attention, watch this. If you really pay attention to women that's caught up into this, I'm about to show you something. Women that's caught up into this social media attention-driven culture, they are weak. They are weak spiritually. They have no discipline. Okay, they get on and do something for a few weeks, but then they fall off because they are weakened by this attention culture. Right? They are stimulated through the lust of this being attention driven. Okay, so they have no discipline. Their energy always drained. Oh, I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm giving y'all some spiritual implications here. Okay, I'm giving y'all some spiritual insights. Look at the average woman who spent a lot of time, been driven by image, been driven by clout, been driven by being an attention whore, especially in the social media sense, and especially want to be recognized, especially want to be some type big time person. And a lot of these people want to be big, but the Most High said, damn it, small got you by the ankles. But these women, they have no discipline. They always tired. Okay. I talk to a lot of women. I listen to a lot of women. Matter of fact, I was just at a place, and I was, it was physical therapy, right? I was at physical therapy, and I was listening to women talking. They always talking about they're tired because they are driven. You look at them, they on social media, swiping up, post. They are driven. And they don't realize that Satan is draining their energy, okay? And because Satan is draining their energy, remember, go back right here. Me not with a heart, let's not fall into a snare. Because Satan is draining their energy, they in turn want to drain your energy. Okay? That's why you look at, let me see, where my phone at? Hold up a second. All right. I don't want to come out of the Logos Bible software. So let me grab my phone. I want to look up something. Hold up a second, because I'm about to prove a point. Okay. We're about to look up something. All right. It says, I don't know how old it is, but they said according to 2023, it says the average woman, 42% of American women are obese. That number is staggering. That number is staggering. Okay? Why? Because they are driven by something that they aren't supposed to be driven by: attention. They are fat. They are fat off of attention. Let me put, let's see. We're going to bring it down to black community. Let's see. Hold up, y'all. Bear with me. All right. Let's see what they say. It said so-called black women are 70% more likely to be obese. Look at that. Oh my goodness. But go back to this. They are a singer. They are driven by this social media culture, attention and validation, and they don't realize that the Most High has caused obesity to be their plight. The average woman, man, ain't no telling how long, especially in the so-called black community, ain't no telling how long they spend time on social media and whatnot. That time could be used by doing some push-ups. That time could be used fasting and seeking the face of the Most High. That time could be used in doing some sit-ups, doing some chin-ups. All right, man, I'm giving y'all, listen, you don't realize, and I tell y'all time and time again, everything is in the scripture, okay? And this is early a.m., man. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, man. But there's always something to talk about, man. And when the Most High put these scriptures on my mind, man, I get to it. Okay? But let me grab some precepts over here. Okay? Because they are driven by lust. And what happened when you're driven by lust, man, it becomes a problem. A big problem. And these women, they have a lust problem. And they cascade that lust down to you. And the reason why I say cascade that lust down to you, because right here again, you give your soul to you give your soul to a woman. And when you give your soul to the woman, you're no longer the head. She become the head. So she cascade down to you. Okay? But let's come over here to 1 John chapter 2. I think it's, let's see. Let's hop down to around verse 15. Let's see what it say. Hold up a second. All right. Listen to what the scripture says. Love not the world. I'm trying to tell you, man, a harlot is ensnared to her desire and drivenness for attention, for validation. Love not the world. That's what they do. They love the world. Neither the things that are in the world. And let me tell you this, guys. Don't never try to change a woman. Okay? You're not the Most High. You just let them be. And you have fun with them. If you're going to do whatever you're going to do, you have fun with them. You use them. The scripture said right here, use not much to come in with a woman. And you know what to use them for. All right? Come in a woman. A lot of you guys, you don't know how to be by yourself. I know how to be by myself because I'm a man driven by purpose. And most importantly, I'm a man that loves the Most High. Okay? Love the Most High. Let me bring this up right here. I'll come back over there. Okay. When I'm in these scriptures, man, so much stuff be coming to my mind. Okay, let's grab, I think it's 119. Let's see, verse 24. 124 rather. Let's see. No, it's not. Verse 124. I said 124. Let's see 164. I know it's a 4 somewhere. I see it in my mind. Yeah, here you go. Sorry, y'all. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgment. See, as a man, you ought to be able to handle being alone. You ought to be able to handle being alone because when you are completely dedicated to the Most High, you don't mind being alone. Okay? 7 times a day do I praise thee. Then the 7 times mean whole. 7 means completely. So you come back over here. When they say use not the much the company of a woman, this is why you see a lot of guys, especially men that's in the truth, okay, men who have some type of level of knowledge in dealing with women. This is why you see a lot of guys who is going for this now. You listen, you have your own house and I have my own house. We come together and do what we're going to do, and then we go back our separate ways, because they are understanding that a lot of these women ain't nothing but harlots. They are nothing but harlots. And they know that at the end of the day, they're trying to get the man to be ensnared, because they are ensnared from validation. They are ensnared to being a attention whore. So guys like, listen, you keep your place and I keep my place. It's better that way, because these guys, they know you can't begin to snare with these women. You know what these women are all about. You know what they all into, okay? Right? But you jump back over here. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that's in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world pass away and the lust thereof, but he that do the will of Yahweh abide forever. See, this is what you must be on, guys. This is what you must be on. And for the few women that are listening to, this is what you're supposed to be on also. Okay? Especially in alignment with your man. But we understand, those of us in the truth, we understand that the average woman out here in the so-called black community is not going to be alive with her man. And that's okay. I'm just telling you guys, you don't get ensnared into what they are snared to. You don't give your soul to them women to trample upon you. Okay? You don't cast your pearls before swine, okay? They will trample upon it and turn around and trample you. Let me see if I can find that. I think it's Matthew chapter 7. Let's see. See? Give not that which is holy unto dogs. And you know what dogs mean. You know what dogs mean, okay? Neither cast you your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and wring you. And we know what this scripture is speaking about, but also, fellas, speaking to you, this could be in relation to women, okay? Because we know women is considered dogs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Women is considered, matter of fact, we in Sirach. Let me see, because I can't take it for granted that everybody is familiar with scriptures. Let's see, is it verse 18? All right. Verse 25, rather. A shameless woman should be counted as a what? A dog. And we know that the word dog, you get bitch, and rightly so. That's what they call themselves, bitches. So give not that which is holy unto a dog. Listen to what this. A shameless woman should be counted as a dog. Neither cast ye your pearls before swine, okay, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. Well, how you say this could be related to a woman, okay? How? I see the part where dog, I see how you can make that fit. But what about swine? Huh? What about swine? Let's see if we can find it. Let me get my mind working. Let me see. Bear with me, y'all. I done showed you the dog part. Is it Proverbs 11:22? Let's see. Oh, man, I'm fixing this thing up for y'all, man. Listen, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman. You know, fair means beautiful. If you don't believe me, okay, because a lot of you guys, you get so taken up with these beautiful women. All right, let's come over here. You see what the word beautiful mean? Fair, a word with several different meaning in the Bible. Lovely or beautiful. You see that? Beautiful. Okay? And the word right here is yapa. Yapa. Y-A-P-A-H. Yapa. And yapa means fair, means beautiful. Use a person, both men and women. Okay? Means fair, lovely, handsome, pertaining to appearance. So again, right here, as a jewel gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman, which is without discretion. And I tell you, man, a lot of these women, they are harlots because they have no discretion. That's why they end up becoming harlots. They become harlots by, default, because they have no discretion. Okay, this message is already too long, but I'm just, I come on. Let's read this again. Listen, give not that which is holy unto dogs. Here it go right here. A shameless woman should be counted as a dog. Okay, a bitch. Give not that which is holy unto. This is all in line with what I just read to you. When it say, give not your soul unto a woman. All right, give not that which is holy unto the dogs. A shameless woman should be counted as a dog. Neither cast your pearls before swine. Okay, and the scripture said, as a jewel of gold and swine's now, so is a fair woman, which is without discretion, a beautiful woman, a dime piece. Okay, so yes, this can be in reference to a woman. And what she'll do, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. And a lot of you guys, they don't trample your substance. Let's go back to it. Okay, listen, use not the much. Here we go. Give not that soul unto a woman to set her foot upon that substance. Don't this sound like what pigs do? Unless they trample them under their feet. Meat. Give not that soul unto a woman to set her foot upon that substance. To set her foot upon that substance. Come back over here. Give not that which is holy unto dogs, bitches. Neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. And how she rend you? Me not with the harlot, lest thou fall into her snares. Okay? Into her clutches. Right? And one of the main snares that a lot of you guys fall into is signing that damn paperwork, you damn demon. What you mean, signing? Oh, man. Come on. Let's deal with this. I'm going to shut it down in a second. What should I say? Let's go down to Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I think it's around, the 25th, 26th verse. Let's see. Watch this. 26. I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares. There go that word snare again. You see over on the right side, snare mean hunting, warfare to capture animals or people, a tactic, a plot, or scheme designed to deceive. What the hunter catches, trap. See, a lot of you men, because you have no spiritual, understanding, you're not astute in the scriptures, you fall victim to the snares of these whores, these bitches. Right? This goes on to say, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. They tie you down. They tie you down, man. Whoso pleases Yahweh shall escape from her, but the sinner should be taken by her. And to a lot of you whores, you harlots out here, you bitches out here, and you wonder why you can't keep a good man, because the Most High says that good man, he pleasing me. I can't let him be entrapped to you, so he got to escape, and I'm going to make sure he escape. So eventually, with these women that be dealing with these good men, these men in the truth, listen, the Most High said you don't even deserve him, so I'm about to send him away from you. All right. Well, until the next video, peace.